Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Championship here for round 13 of the 2019 Formula 1 World Championship here at the legendary Autodromo Nazionale di Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. Yes, round 13 of the Formula 1 Championship, and we're back at Monza. We had Porsche Super Cup and Formula 2 race here today and then yesterday. But now it's time for the big event, the main event, Formula 1. And yeah, it is going to be quite interesting. We've got 12 minutes of the first stage of qualifying ahead of us. Jafari Blackwood, the first man out on track in his Haas. But before we get stuck in, let's go through the circuit. So, the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza just known as the Monza circuit as well. First opened in 1922. The circuit needs no introduction. Nicknamed the Temple of Speed, the circuit has seen a tons of different racing series over the years. Obviously, first we had Grand Prix racing come here, but the first ever automobile race held at the Monza circuit was the Coppa Fiera di Milano, which was held in 1925. You had a lot of different racing series here as well, mostly Grand Prix racing during the first couple of years. Then in 1954, the circuit was revamped to include an oval, a high-speed oval, obviously, with banked turns. You had IndyCar actually come to the Monza Oval once in 1958, I think it was. You had the Monza Oval with the IndyCars on it, which is actually pretty cool to think about today. The circuit was modernized over the past couple of years. Motorcycle racing came here, and all of that. Essentially, this circuit holds a lot of name to it. It's legendary, to say the least. All the corners have so much history to them, and we've had the same layout ever since 2000, so it really is a timeless layout, this. But it is 5.793 kilometers long, 11 turns, and it is very, very high speed, so we're expecting lap times in the 120s. So we're now in the first few times on the board there. There's Jeffrey Blackwood at 125 flat. Lewis McIntyre goes almost a tenth faster than the Jamaican, as Thomas Mandich there with a 125.4, so that's not the greatest lap time from him. Jesper Johansson, our championship leader, looking to extend his advantage in the championship and try and secure the championship by the next time out at Fuji. Obviously, if he wins, Suzuki, I mean, if he wins this race, he can go on to secure the championship at Suzuka. As there's Novikov up at the fourth, not a bad time from him. As there's Patel across the line. FG now goes fastest with a 1:23.6. There's Fernando Tost across the line. Josef Fredrik Schuto P9 is at the moment. That's not bad for me. They're 1:24.7 as we're going to have the times come in on the board. There's another car coming across the line. That's Vojta Kulasec as he goes P9. There's Samet Özkan back in the car now. He is, as there's Luca Farina. Up into P2 he goes. He's going faster than Jesper Johansson, the man in his home race, obviously. He's looking to impress us. Lewis McIntyre is going third out of Johansson and Klaus. Obviously, engine power is going to matter here. So I'd say the Ferrari power units could be in for quite a treat today, as Jesper Johansson goes second. But Farina, not bad from him in P4, obviously the man in his home race. As his fellow countryman Franco Gamba there in P9 at the moment. There's Enes Parachi up at the P7. You see the final car to cross the line. And there we have it. All the 20 cars across for their first times. And your bottom 5 currently is Singh, Novikov, Kulasec, Schuto, and Blackwood. So it is quite interesting then. You got Singh down there, obviously, in Alfa Romeo's home race. He'll be wanted to be a bit further up. Fernando Tost as well in P14, just tethering on the edge of the elimination zone. As Enes Parachi up on the provisional, on the fastest time in the first sector. Singh making his way around the circuit as he heads through the Ascari chicane. He's now going to head down the back straight here. But Blackwood looking quite far off. He's the only man in the 125s, which is a bit alarming for the Jamaican, but we'll see if he can improve. As Singh's going to go across the line. Singh does not improve. Alfred Klaus, though, who's currently P9, does improve. His teammate Mandic up at the P6 goes behind the Red Bull Junior driver Lewis McIntyre in P5, as there is Jesper Johansson. He's going wheel to wheel with is that Labos Osnishka, I wonder, who is currently in P8 actually, so not bad, not badly done from Labos Osnishka there. Maximilian Novikov is gonna start his lap. Man is currently in P17 in the elimination zone, as Miran Evji now goes fastest by 100th of a second from his teammate. Obviously Ferrari in their home race, they got the Tifosi cheering them on, so hopefully Ferrari will be able to make this one a race to remember. Gamba in his home race obviously as well, looking to impress. As he heads down the Seraglio straight, he's gonna make his way onto the Ascari chicane. As he heads through the left and then through the right and the left again, and out of the Ascari chicane it comes. Very precise and flowing couple of corners as Alfred Klaus improves, gets himself up to P9. Milka sinks at an improvement, but he stays P16. Now then as Gamba comes through Parabolica, unleashes the power of the McLaren down the start very straight. Will Gamba improve? No. He's 3/10 off his PB, so he'll stay in 12th. Parashki improves, but he will stay in P7 as well, so he can't get himself up any positions. Novikov improves, but Novikov stays P18 as well, so pretty minute improvements around the field at the moment. Nobody will say major improvements. FG improves by 700 a second. Now that's looking a bit more like it with the improvement scale. As he certainly sets a 1:23.390. We'll see if that time can be beat, but obviously it's not looking. Obviously now is not the time for the top teams to go all out. That'll be for Q3. As FG rounds Lesmo 1 and then through Lesmo number 2. Ferrari obviously don't have a win at this circuit. Funnily enough, it is only Red Bull who have a victory at this track in 2017, which was also the race with the least amount of finishers in ACOC history. It was Alfred Klaus who took the victory. There goes Franco Gamba up with the P10. No bad lap from him. And Enis Parashki up into P5 there as well. Nice improvement there from the Macedonian driver. But yeah, it was Alfred Klaus in 2017, and 2018 it was Mohammed Patel who took the race win there with a very, very good drive. Luca Freire, the man who's currently P4, great stuff from the Alfa Romeo driver. He's really been pushing it so far. We'll see if that pace is going to continue throughout Q2 and possibly even Q3. As Patel improves up into P14, as Victor Albom, now that is a lap, as he goes up into P5. I was just going to talk about him being on the edge of the elimination zone, but now he is well and truly got himself up there. He's got himself ahead of Enis Parashki. Now that is a great lap from Victor Albom, and he's got himself up there for sure. And look at that in the first sector. He's up on the pole time. And his teammate Jafari Black was in last. Now this is the Victor Albom we've been wanting to see. As Enis Parashki improves, he stays P6 for the time being, as Albom goes out of the Seraglio straight. And into sector 2 he goes. He's a 10th off FG. Never would have thought. Never. Oh my goodness. Please tell me he finishes the lap at least. It's going to be sector 3 that matters, though. That's where all the guys lose the most time, as Thomas Mandic gets himself up into 4th place. Now then, as he rounds the Parabolica, Will he finish up the lap? Yes, he will. Let's see if he can improve. And he does. P4. It is for Victor Albom. And look, he's under a tenth off Jesper Johansson for P3. Now, I mean, this is just... this is just one thing, I say. And the Ferrari power unit is really coming into play, I'd say, as Kai Tregeria in P12 is just going to start his lap here. As Tregeria rounds Curva Grande, there's Kulasec up into P17. Josef Frederick Schuton as a checkered flag falls for Q1. He's going to try to get himself out of Q1. There's Parachki in, so he won't be improving. There's the two Toro Rossos, Özkan and McIntyre. McIntyre should be safely through. Özkan, though, is currently in the elimination zone, so he's going to want to improve on this lap and try and get himself out of there. He improves, but he stays P16, so that might potentially be... No, that is Samet Özkan out of qualifying, as Mandic going to go across the line and goes P4 ahead of Victor Albom by 100th of a second. Albom, though, the man of the hour, as he comes into the pit lane. I think that's gonna be, hopefully he's gonna want to carry that pace that he had into Q2 as well. Jesper Johansson is gonna finish up this lap, and can he improve? No, he can't. Kai Tregeria, let's see if he can improve as well. Right now he is safely into Q2 as well with this lap. He doesn't improve, but it doesn't need to. Josef Fredrik Schuto is going to want to muster up an improvement here. Can he? Yes, he can. But unfortunately, it's just not enough to get himself out of Q2. And by 0.008 of a second, he misses out on Q2 as well. Blackwood says, goes across the line, doesn't improve. Kulasek doesn't improve either. And that is Q1 done and dusted. It's Miran MG who's fastest. Ferrari 1-2 in Q1. And your bottom 5 is Josef Fredrik Schuto, Samet Özkan, Wojtek Kulasek, Maximilian Novikov, and Jafari Blackwood. Once again, Williams getting very, very close to getting one of their cars out of Q2. Schuto missing out by 8 thousandths of a second. He got very, very close. And it's a shame he didn't make it in. Kulasek obviously didn't make it in either. His teammates as Nishkai did. You've got Blackwood, unfortunately, and Samet Özkan on his return, as he's back in the Toro Rosso, didn't quite make it in either, unfortunately for him. But you got some of the guys up there. Both Racing Points are in. Patel and Tregeria, both Alfa Romeos are in. Singh and Farina. And then you got the Haas of Victor Albom there. In P5, both McLarens in as well. Gamba. And then you have Tost as well. So we'll see if they'll be able to carry on that good pace towards Q3, as we're now here for the second stage of qualifying. And it is Enis Parachki, the first man out on track. Parachki, obviously, who's had a very interesting career in Formula 1. Obviously, if you look at where he was in 2017, you wouldn't expect him to be in a Mercedes. Obviously, he started out with McLaren Honda in 2017. It was a very, very uncompetitive car, and that thing struggled to get in the points. But lo and behold, he was actually able to drag that thing into the points at a few occasions. Obviously, he scored 13 points total in that season in 2017, ahead of his teammate, then teammate Lewis McIntyre in the McLaren. That was finished P17. Then in 2018 is where McLaren started to show signs of improvement. Obviously, he scored 18 points, which was a tad bit better than last season, outscoring teammate Linus Timel once again. So he really asserted himself as the leader at McLaren. And that was how I was looking as well, moving forward for 2019. Paraschke scored a P6, it was, on his in Bahrain, and then a P. What was it? Brain. It was a P8 at Fuji, and then when the shock announcement of Alexander Arnold leaving Mercedes came, who better was it than Ennis Paraschke? Obviously, he was a great driver, held back by his machinery. He's got the experience, and he's a calm and collected driver. So Mercedes opted to choose him, and now look at how he's done it. He scored 5 podiums and 2 wins. So not the worst Mercedes debut, I would say, and he's done very well to go this far. So he really is an illustration to never give up in the ACOC, as he's now on a lap here through the Ascari chicane, using as much exit curb as possible as he heads down the back straight. Now into the Parabolica, and now just power down all the way to the start-finish straight and across the line. And it's a 1:23.743 for Ennis Paraschke. This is currently going fastest. There's Luca Farina, 1:24.5 it is. From the Italian, Fernando Tost with a 1:24.3. Goes about 2 times faster than Farina. Johansson can't quite get close to his teammate. He's still in the 1:24s. There's Victor Albom. Currently P5 is Miran FG now goes fastest. Sky Cherezhnia. Thomas Mandic up at the third, not bad lap time from him with a 1:23.9. There's Dennis Graf. Across the line, P6 only it is for Graf at the moment. There's Gamba, the 1:24.6, slots in behind fellow countryman Farina. There's Singh in P12, only man in the 1:25s it looks like, so not the greatest lap from Milka Singh at the moment. It's Patel across the line, Mohammed Patel P6, not bad from him. With that improvement, teammate Cherezhnia currently in P10, so we're waiting for one other car across the line. I believe that will be Laban Sasnishkai in P13, as that is all the first 15 times on the board then. Miran FG fastest once again. And your bottom 5 is currently Albom, Farina, Sasnishkai, Gamba, and Singh. So the pace Victor Albom looked to have in Q1 might not just be there, but it is still about 5 minutes to go, as Lewis McIntyre P3 in the Toro Rosso. That's a great lap from McIntyre. He's ahead of both Red Bulls in the Toro Rosso. How is this man doing this? Either way, still a great lap from McIntyre. Dennis Graf in P7 at the moment. It's going to be a lot of guys there in the elimination zone want to get up there. Albom obviously only 700ths off Cherezhnia at the moment, so he just needs that one little improvement, and he might just get himself into Q3 quite possibly. As he now heads into the Ascari chicane, Paraschke is an improvement. Now out of it, there behind, I believe, is Miran FG. I think he will be. As Sasnishka goes up at the P12, and then Farina up into P10, as he gets himself out of the elimination zone at the moment. Let's see if Victor Albom can improve on this lap, as he's gonna go across the line. And no, he does not. He does not improve on that lap. Not before he holds up Miran FG though. As the two are gonna go side by side heading into the Retifilio. It's gonna be FG on the inside, but Albom with the better traction around the outside. Defense from FG. So this is not good news for FG, who's being held up by the Haas of Victor Albom. Now let's see, Dennis Albom's going to push into the first sector. There's Dennis Graf up at the P6 as Gamba. Franco Gamba is going to start his lap. As Fernando Tost heads down the Seraglio straight. What's his second sector time going to be? About 4/10 off, so it should be an improvement for Tost if he nails sector 3 as well. As he heads through the Parabolica now. Let's see if he's going to finish up this lap. Yes, he will, as Farina improves once again up into P9. Goes Luca Farina, not before Fernando Tost takes it back with a 1:24.266. It's Farina down to P10 once again. And in P11 currently is Kai Chereshnia. It's been pushed out of the top 10. He's looking to get back in there once again. Let's see if he will be able to with this lap, as he's going to go across the line. What can the man in the Racing Point do? He can't improve. He stays in P11 for the time being. There in the background, I think that's one of the McLarens. As Dennis Graf is going to go across the line. He's going to start his lap, but there's McIntyre just coming out. Oh no, that is the worst timing possible for Dennis Graf, and now he's going to get held up by the Toro Rosso of McIntyre. As Gamba's on a lap time as he heads through the Della Roggia chicane. Now into the first Lesmo is going to go. Get on the curb, exit curb there through the second Lesmo as well. Now it's going to head down the Seraglio straight here. As Lavas Asnishka goes up into P11 with a 1:24.366. It's a bit closer to Luca Farina now. Down the Ascari chicane, high speed chicane this is. It's very satisfying to nail it. As Gamba now heads down into the Parabolica curve, obviously the final corner. Let's see if he's going to finish up this lap, and he will. So now it's just going to be to the line. Let's see if Gamba can improve. He does, but unfortunately still only P14 for him. Now then, we got Victor Albom and Milka Singh in the pit lane, so no, they will not be going out again. So they are confirmed out of qualifying. Gamba, Zasnishka and Chereshnia can still get themselves out. As Alfred Klaus is going to make his way around the what is it? The Parabolica. Sorry, I'm still a bit sick, so my commentary won't be the best, unfortunately. Either way, you got Patel there in P7, Klaus's former teammate, going across the line. He does not improve. Labos Asnishka, then let's see, as the checker flag is now out. Can the Serbian get himself out of Q2 and into Q3? Yes, he can. And Luca Farina into the pit lane. He's out of qualifying. Fernando Tost comes in as well. He, I think, should be in Q3. Kai Chereshnia is going to try to get himself back into the third stage of qualifying. As he rounds the final corner, let's see if Chereshnia is going to make it in. No, I think he's actually coming in. Yeah, Chereshnia is coming in, so he's out of qualifying. He'll start P12. Gamba, though, is in as well. Lewis McIntyre, the man currently P3 for Toro Rosso. Let's see if he can improve. No, he cannot. Everybody's in. Mandri is going to finish up this lap. He does not improve. And that is it for Q2. It's me and MG's fastest once again. And your bottom five are Luca Farina, Kai Chereshnia, Victor Albom, Franco Gamba, and Milka Singh. As we make your way, we get ready for Q3. Great lap from Lewis McIntyre to get himself up into P. I can't speak today. What is going on with me? To get himself there up into third. Luca Farina just got so close. Both Italians, unfortunately, knocked out in Q3. Were nice to have a Q3 appearance for both Farina and Gamba, I think. But Labazos, this guy, the Serbian, just made it in there in the final few stages of qualifying. Kai Szczesny out as well, and Viktor Albom, after that incredible pace he had in Q1, unfortunately, couldn't make it into Q2. Obviously, Singh out as well, unfortunately. Same with Albom and Gamba. But we'll see how this will go. Obviously, you got Patel in there and Tost as well. So we'll see if Tost could be up for a good qualifying position. But Alfa Romeo, unfortunately, not going to make it into Q3, which is a shame. But you do have the Renaults as Nishka in there. Same with the Toro also of McIntyre. So they could be pretty interesting performers here today. As we are now here for Q3, and now the fight for pole well and truly begins. We are FG, first man out on track, the man that topped the Q1 and Q2 sessions. We'll see if he can get the pole here today, obviously. Secured pole in Belgium, and he hasn't won a race ever since Bahrain 2019, so he has gone 12 races now winless. No, 11 races winless. So we'll see if FG can maybe, just maybe, secure the pole here in front of the Tifosi. We'll see. Obviously, Ferrari don't have a win at the circuit, not even a pole. Or, I do think they have a pole. As FG's gonna round the final corner, Parabolica. As we're gonna go on board with the Swede for a lap of the Autodromo Internazionale di Monza with Miran Energy as he goes across the line. DRS zone there as we have a car coming out. No, please don't ruin this. As we head into the first corner, the Variante del Rettifilio through turn 1 and turn 2. Quite easy to lock your tires into turn 1, so you don't want to do that. Now through the Curva Biasono, also called the Curva Grande, as it's more commonly referred to as. Now through the Variante della Roggia, through turns 4 and 5. Make sure to avoid the curves; those will really send you flying. And now into the Lesmos. Lesmo 1. Go on the inside curb there. Get on the exit. Now through turn 7, you can see there's a bit of camber there in mid corner as he now heads down the Seraglio straight. Unleashes the Ferrari engine now into the Variante Ascari. Through the left and then now the right and then the left again. Just unleash all that power you can. Flat out now as you're going to make the run into turn number 11. The 11th and final corner, the Curva Parabolica. Remain on the inside. They're really easy to run wide through Parabolica, so you really don't want to do that. And now just unleash the power all the way through the exit and across the line. So 124, 135 from Milan FG. We'll see if how the others will respond. Jesper Johansson, Super Swede's just gonna make his way across the line. Let's see if Johansson can beat that lap from Miran FG, and he does by a comfortable amount. 1:23.3. That is by 0.8 of a second. So FG did really not have the greatest lap there. I think he might have got held up by Enis Parachki there, which is a shame. But yeah, we'll see if he is going to get a clean lap in. As FG now heads through the Scar chicane, there's Graf across the line, and he goes faster than Jesper Johansson actually with a 1:23.1. He takes provisional pole. That's Thomas Mandic there in P3 as well. Fernando Tost across the line, so does Mohamed Patel. Both go ahead of Mir and FG. As Patel gets himself into the 1:23s, McIntyre there in P6. As FG is gonna go across the line. Let's see if he can improve now. And he does. Up at the P5 he goes, just between the two Red Bulls. As Labas Nishka in P8 at the moment, and that's all the 10 times on the board. And Dennis Graf currently fastest. Could it be a home pole in front of the Tifosi for Dennis Graf? As FG rounds Curva Grande, he's now going to head into the Ascari chicane, or not the Ascari chicane, but the De La Rocha chicane. Klaus is heading to the Ascari chicane though. Let's see if he can improve on this lap. As Klaus heads through the Parabolica. Let's see if he can improve. Currently he's in P6. Where can he go with this lap if he does improve? And he does not improve, so he will stay P6 for the time being. Dennis Graf across the line to start another lap. Wasn't able to improve on that previous one. Mandic is into the pits. Fernando Tost is gonna go across the line. He improves, but he stays P10. Mohamed Patel there in P7 comes into the pits as well. McIntyre improves, stays P9. What about Lamas Asnishka? And he goes up ahead of Mohamed Patel for P7, and his Prachke across the line does not improve. What about Mir and FG? FG does not improve either. Alfred Klaus currently on a lap as he heads through Lesmo 1 in the fight for pole here, obviously. Question will be if anyone can challenge Dennis Graf as Patel comes out then for his final flying lap. Will Mandic come out as well? That's the question. As Klaus rounds the Ascari chicane, now he's going to head through Parabolica. Let's see if Klaus will be able to improve. So he's going to need an improvement. He's currently down in P6. So he'll be at least hoping to get himself onto the second row with this lap then, as he goes across the line. And he does improve, but he stays P6. And considering that he is currently in the championship fight, and this man, Jesper Johansson, is P2, it's not looking good for Alfred Klaus. Johansson's gonna come across the line. Let's see if he can improve. No, he can't. So Johansson stays second for the time being, but I think he might go for another lap. Lamas Zasnishka is gonna go for another lap. Those McIntyre comes into the pits. Zasnishka improves, but he stays P7 for the time being. Look, he's 2,000ths off Alfred Klaus. That was so close from Laban Zasnishka. I think if he does go for another one, just the tiniest improvement could get him up at the P6. Unless Klaus decides to improve, obviously, as he heads through Lesbo 2. It's not the greatest lap times from him and FG. As Klaus heads through Sector 2, in the middle sector is about 4/10ths off Dennis Graf, so I think it's looking to be an improvement for Klaus. If he does finish up this lap, that is. As the checkered flag is now out, Mandic and McIntyre in the pit lane, so they won't be improving. Klaus is going to be the first man across the line, and will he improve? That is the question. No, he does not improve. What about Dennis Graf? Graf is in. But now we're going to see Jesper Johansson. Is he going to be able to steal the pole away from Dennis Graf here at Ferrari's home race at Monza, as he's going to go across the line? No! Johansson stays P2. Fernando Tost does not improve. Well, that means it's not the pole for Jesper Johansson. Laura Sosnishkai Across the line goes the Serbian. And it does not improve. Enis Parachki goes across the line. Parachki does not improve. And FG is in. And I think that might just be the pull for Dennis Graf. We're going to see, though, as everyone else is going to make their way across the line. Graf, who hasn't, mind you, doesn't have a single pole this season, now has one, as Dennis Graf is on pole for the Italian Grand Prix. And, yeah, that is finally a pole for Dennis Graf. Ferrari are back in Monza. That's great to see. You got Jesper Johansson lining up in P2, so we'll see if Graf will be able to cover him up. The two world champions on the front row. You got Alfred Klaus starting down there in P6. Obviously, it's not the greatest race. Qualifying, I mean, for him, he'll be hoping to make it up for in the race. Miran Evji starting P5 as well. Thomas Mandic looking quite good in all this, starting P4. Could it be a second podium for him this season? We will see if it is going to happen for the Croatian. Either way, Enis Parachi lining up P3, and then you got Johansson in second. Laban Sasnishka is starting P7, so not bad from Laban today, starting 7th. And you got McIntyre in P9, Toss starting P10, and then Patel in 8th. So, not bad. It's going to be an interesting race, though. Will we see the first non-Ferrari non-Red Bull winner here at Monza? Could be interesting. Could happen. You will wait and see. We got a Ferrari on pole and a Mercedes in second, so we're going to see how it will happen. And here we are. For the race then, but we're gonna go to the starting grid then before lights out here at the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. Dennis Graf starts on pole position, and behind him is Jesper Johansson, the other world champion, in second. On the second row is Enis Parashi, accompanied by Thomas Mandic in P4, and then we have Miran Evji in P5, accompanied by fellow countryman Alfred Klaus in 6th. Laban Sasnishka starts in P7 with Marlon Patel in P8, and behind Patel is fellow Brit Lewis McIntyre in P9, with Fernando Tost rounding out the top 10. Luca Farina, home hero, starts P11 with Kai Shureishny in P12 and Victor Albom in P13, with the other Italian of Franco Gamba starting P14, and then Milka Singh in 15th. Josef Frederick Schuto lines up 16th with Samet Özkan in P17. Wojtek Kurasek is 18th with Maximilian Novikov P19, and taking the final spot on the grid will be Jafari Blackwood. As we're now going to get underway for the Italian Grand Prix. Dennis Graf starts on pole for the Tifosi here at Monza as we have 6 lights. And we are underway for the Italian Grand Prix. Very good start for Enis Paraschke there at the back. He's already wheel to wheel with Jesper Johansson. Graf got the start that he needed there. So the two Mercedes are going to duel heading into the Rettifilio as Paraschke goes round the outside of his teammate Johansson and takes P2 away from Jesper. Now that is going to be crucial in the championship, as Evji and Klaus, so that's Evji and Mandic going wheel to wheel, as Sasnishka and Klaus there in the background going side by side as they're going to head into the De La Roche chicane. Johansson squirming around trying to make the move on his teammate as Evji goes around the outside, dips a wheel though into the gravel as there's Laban Sasnishka on the inside line as they head through Lesmo 1. Klaus defending around the outside as they head into the Lesmo 2. As all, I think there was a touch there. Was there a touch from Klaus and Sosnishka? Either way, it's compromised him a bit on exit. As here comes Mohamed Patel on Sosnishka now 4P7. So this is good for Alfred Klaus. That means he's going to be able to pull away a bit as they head into the Ascari chicane. There is tossed. As I think there was someone losing control there. But did I see correctly? I don't know. But I felt that there was someone getting all out of shape there. As you can see, there's cars absolutely everywhere here on lap 1. As Sosnishka now defending from Patel there on the inside line. As Patel remains ahead of Laban Sosnishka then. As Johansson is going to try to make the move on his teammate. Enes Paraschke then heading into the first corner as Johansson goes on the inside. But Paraschke later on the brakes on the outside gets it done. Defending from Dennis Groff, and he's already 2.7 off Dennis Groff. So Johansson needs to get past Enes Paraschke here. As Lewis McIntyre and Kai Shereshny are dueling for the points positions now. As McIntyre goes on the outside through Curva Grande, now on the inside into the Della Roggia. You can see how close they are. McIntyre on the outside gets a bit into the gravel though. And that's going to allow Chereshnya to remain ahead for P10. But Chereshnya not with the best exit out of Lesmo 1 because McIntyre tries on Lesmo 2, but he's going over the curb there a bit. That's going to allow Luca Farina to try and make the move there. Victor Albom in the back might try a move of his own as he's side by side with Wojtek Kulasek, I think that is. Gamba's going to try to get all of this as well as McIntyre and Farina going to go wheel to wheel. Farina around the outside the fence from the Brit, who's fallen out of the points. As Johansson now is going to approach lap 3. He's going to have the DRS on his teammate Dennis Groff. That's the fastest lap of the race. We approach lap 3. DRS is now available. And you can see how much he's closing in by here. As they head into turn 1, Paraschke remaining ahead of Jesper Johansson. So Johansson remains in third, and for the time being, as battling is going on everywhere there in the back. There's Özkan and Shuto going wheel to wheel as Gamba and Kurasek go side by side. Albom might try it on the outside line there as well. There's Johansson, who has a look on the inside of Enes Paraschke, so he's trying to get every available opportunity he can on his teammate, as Johansson is still, you can see through Lesmo 2, he's going to have the DRS here on his teammate. Is he going to try it into the Ascari chicane? Yes, he does on the inside line of his teammate. The two silver arrows go wheel to wheel. Johansson on the inside. Paraschke defends the outside line though, so he's going to be ahead. Mandic might get involved into this as he's there in P4. And same with Miran Evji there in 5th, as there goes Johansson. Now on Enes Paraschke on the inside line into the Parabolica. He's going to want to be behind though to get the DRS activation. Paraschke might get it as the two are going to be side by side and down the start-finish straight. And who gets the DRS? I don't think any of them got it. And I think that is going to be Jesper Johansson, as it's going to be Paraschke later on the brakes. Johansson around the outside. Can he try and make the move stick? No, he can't. Mandic is someone Johansson's going to have to watch out for there behind. If Johansson slips up into a tiny bit of a mistake, that could prompt Mandic to try a move, as the two Hasses are going to go wheel to wheel. Albom versus Blackwood. So Blackwood, Albom has fallen down a bit, down to P16, unfortunately, for the man from Denmark. As they head through the Lesmos now into Lesmo 2. It's going to have the DRS on Enes Paraschke now, Jesper Johansson. But it's going to have to get past quickly because that gap is 6.4 seconds. My goodness, that is one hell of a gap. As Johansson goes on the inside line of Enes Paraschke, it's not worked. And he's been compromised a bit on exit because here comes Thomas Mandic. As there he goes on Jesper Johansson, trying to get up into the podium positions. But Johansson was lining up a move on Paraschke all time long there. Or all along, should I say. as he's now going to have the DRS. There goes FG on Mandic as they're going to go wheel to wheel. Johansson tried to get past Parachki as everyone's going to go 2-5 here. Johansson gets Parachki before the corner as there's FG trying to make the move on Parachki even. I feel like he's biting off more than he can chew. There's FG and Mandic wheel to wheel as they head out of the Retifilio. Now down Curva Grande. It's going to be FG on the inside line. It's going to be outside through De La Roggia. That should give him the advantage as they head into the braking zone. FG later on the brakes on the inside through turn 5 as well. Mandic doesn't dip a wheel into the gravel as they head through Lesmo now. FG on the inside line as Mandic hangs it on the outside, but it's not only so much he can do. There comes Alfred Klaus on the inside line, and that's not work for him. And now he's compromised both Red Bulls here, as now they lost time to Mir and FG ahead as FG's up at the P4. Klaus is going to try to slip past his Croatian teammate here as they head into Ascari. Around the outside goes Alfred Klaus, and ahead of Tomas Mandic goes Alfred Klaus. And there's Labas Nishka in the background as well, as he might try to benefit from this. As Mandic's going to go back, he's going to try and retaliate on his teammate Alfred Klaus. Mandic is trying to pick up the scrap from this battle as Mandic goes around the outside of Alfred Klaus, and there's Mandic as well, or sorry, Zasnishkai, as he's lining up alongside Alfred Klaus here. He's going to have the DRS, he's going to try it, he's going to get himself involved, as I think it's going to be 3 wide unless Zasnishkai backs out of it, and he does, but he's still going to be wheel to wheel with Tomas Mandic here as he goes around the outside. These two battles in Formula 2, obviously they were there in Formula 2. Zasnishka obviously finished 4th in F2 at this circuit, as he's gonna go on the inside line of Tomas Mandic. Look at this, what a race from Labas Zasnishka as it goes on the outside line. It's just about the car lengths between the two as they head into the first Lesmo. That's going to be Mandic who remains ahead, but Zasnishka take a bow. He's still up there. And there's Patel in P8. Look at that. There's Mohamed Patel. He's got himself involved into this too. So now a 3-way battle for P6 between Tomas Mandic, Labas Zasnishka and Mohamed Patel as they head into the Ascari chicane. Zasnishka on the inside line as Mandic around the outside has the better traction, but Zasnishka can have the DRS down the back straight here. Weaving about to make the move as he has a look on the inside line. Can't quite make the move, but he's going to want the DRS on Mandic here, and he is going to have it, but he's going to have to defend. He blocks Patel here. Patel's going to try to follow through the Renault driver here as they're gonna be wheel to wheel. Zasnishka and Mandic. Patel tries to make it 3 wide, but there goes Mandic late on the brakes, and he is gonna get Labas Zasnishka. Now Mandic is falling back on his teammate Alfred Klaus. There is Farina and Chereshnia going wheel to wheel. The home hero around the outside he goes on the Polish driver Kai Chereshnia as they're gonna head into the De La Roggia chicane. Farina on the inside as they head into the braking zone. You can see they're just wheel to wheel as Farina goes into the gravel there, a bit too far wide goes Farina as they head into the first Lesmo. Chereshnia not the best of exit as Farina goes a bit wide, has to cover off Lewis McIntyre as he's gone over the curb, and that's going to allow McIntyre to say thank you very much as here comes Lewis McIntyre. But Farina has the DRS, so does McIntyre as they head into the Ascari chicane. Farina on the inside line as there goes McIntyre around the outside, gets it done as there is Gamba and Singh wheel to wheel through Ascari as Farina's going to try once again here into the final corner on Lewis McIntyre as he's on the inside line of the Brit, the Toro Rosso and the Alfa Romeo going side by side as they're going to go down wheel to wheel down the start finish straight. Gonna head into the first corner. It's gonna be Farina on the inside, McIntyre on the outside. McIntyre should have the better gap or the better traction as they head into turn 1 through turn 2. Farina just hanging on there, but there's only so much he can do As it's going to be McIntyre ahead for the time. He may have won the battle, but he's not won the war just yet as Farina goes around the outside into Curva Grande on the inside. Into the Retifilio on the... Or not the Retifilio, sorry, the De La Rocha. As it's going to be McIntyre who remains ahead. There in the back are Singh and Gamba going at it. You can see they're having a proper battle there in the back. As Singh's going to go on the inside. Gamba, getting off into the gravel there. That's going to allow Milka Singh to still try to move on Franco Gamba. They've been side by side for almost the entire lap now. Gamba and Singh as Farina goes on the inside line. McIntyre with the better traction as they go wheel to wheel through Ascari. And it is going to be Luca Farina who gets ahead for P11. As there's Blackwood trying to get past Victor Albom, his teammate there. As Kulasek with the slipstream now with the DRS on Franco Gamba. Gamba might lose 2 positions here, one to Singh and one to Kulasek here as he goes on the inside line. There in the back is Novikov as he overtakes Albom and might get Blackwood here as well. But he gets snapped back to reality as Albom on the outside through Curva Grande is gonna try and try and defend from Maxi Novikov there as they head into the De La Rocha chicane. Novikov around the outside. It's gonna be Albom just hanging on there. Samet Özkan might get into the battle. Novikov on the inside, Albom on the outside there. As into Lesmo 2, Novikov doesn't get the best exit. That is gonna allow Victor Albom to make the move into the Ascari chicane here. Great midfield balance we're seeing here at the Italian Grand Prix. As there is Novikov on the inside, Albom around the outside, gets it done. There's shoot on Özkan, wheel to wheel. As there is Singh on the inside line of Lewis McIntyre. As the two are going to go side by side. Singh on good pace today, it looks like. Into the first corner he goes. And there's McIntyre on the outside, late on the brakes, and he has the better traction on the outside. Singh though still going to try to hang it on there. It's just about the car lengths between the two. He's going to get the better run on Lewis McIntyre. As he had the outside line there, got on the better traction as he goes on the outside into the Curva Grande. Now it's the inside line as they head into the braking zone of De La Rocha. Is going to have the outside though as they head out of the corner. It's two going to be wheel to wheel as they head through Lesmo 1. Goes the long way round into Lesmo 1. It's going to have the long way round into Lesmo 2. Then Franco Gamba has a look there on Singh, but he's compromising on exit. Wojtek Kulasek is going to try to get past the Italian Singh. Now into the Ascari. He's going to get it done before the corner. Yes, he does, and that is Milka Singh up into P12. Now ahead of him is his fellow teammate Luca Farina, as Patel is trying to get past Labas Nishka now. As there's Kulasek chasing down Franco Gamba, but he's going to have to worry about Jafari Blackwood behind us. Blackwood is going to try to line up alongside Kulasek, but he's going to remain behind the man from the Czech Republic for the time being. There in the background, I think, is Shuto and Novikov. The two Williams are swapping positions as Novikov gets past Josef Fredrik Schuto for P19. See Patel on the back of Labas Osnishka. He wants that P7 away from the Serbian. is now heading down the back straight. He is going to have the DRS, or not the DRS, but he's going to have the slipstream on Zasnishka. Just has to take this corner perfect on exit to get the best run on them possible as they head into the DRS zone. We see Zasnishka will not have the DRS as he heads, lines up alongside the Serbian on the inside line. Zasnishka later on the brakes should get it done as Patel has a look on the outside, but Zasnishka remains in P7. As look at that, there in the background, they're almost 3 wide there, as I think that is Blackwood getting boxed in. Into Del Rojka they will go. Kulasek still in hot pursuit of Franco Gamba. Patel still chasing down Laban Zasnishka for P7. As there he goes on the inside line of Laban Zasnishka, but that did not succeed, unfortunately for him. And look how close Fernando Tost gets now. Here he comes as he lines up on the outside line of Mohamed Patel. No, switches to the inside of Mohamed Patel. Now this is good news for Laban Zasnishka, as there goes Fernando Tost on the inside. The two are going to be side by side heading down the start-finish straight. And this makes Zasnishka safe for at least this lap, as they're going to be wheel to wheel. Patel's going to be on the outside, Tost going to be on the inside line, as Patel tries to cover off the young Polish driver as much as possible, but he is still going to hang on, Fernando Tost, as Patel gets ahead as they head out of the Retifilio now into Curva Grande. Patel is going to have to defend the inside line there, as there is Tost now on the inside into the Della Rojka. Is he going to succeed with the move as he goes around the outside, dips a wheel into the gravel? Patel gets the better exit into Lesmo 1, and job done for Mohamed Patel. But it might not be over just yet. There's still Mohamed Patel, Fernando Tost and Patel's teammate Kai Chereshnia there in P10. So Tost in the Racing Point sandwich here. He's going to try to break up the sandwich though, as he goes on the inside line into the Ascari chicane. Doesn't get the best exit though, as Chereshnia tries to make amends, tries to get past his fellow Polish driver. And there in the background is Luca Farina, who is looking to get past Chereshnia, but Tost, he's gotten past him. What a great battle that was between Tost and Patel. And this Fernando Tost, the young Polish driver, up into P8 he goes. And you can see the 2 Racing Points wheel to wheel. Farina's going to try to make it 3 wide here, but he might just get boxed in there by Chereshnia as Kai goes round the outside, I think it is. So still going to be wheel to wheel. No, that was Patel on the outside, so Chereshnia remains behind for the time being. And Chereshnia is going to have to watch out for Luca Farina, the Italian, in his home race, currently in P11. There's a battle for points as well, and truly kicked off now. As they head through Lesmo 1. It's going to be Patel who doesn't have the DRS, obviously, as they're going to head down the Seraglio straight. As Chereshnia now with the DRS on his teammate will be close enough to line up alongside his teammate. He has a look on Patel, but he doesn't. But he thinks better of it and stays behind. Farina might have the run there out of Ascari on Chereshnia, quite possibly. And there behind is Singh, who is defending from McIntyre. There goes Farina on Chereshnia on the inside. The Parabolica has a look of it, but now it's been compromised on exit, so it's not been the greatest there for him. There's Kulasek and Album wheel to wheel, as Kulasek's going to go on the inside line of the Danish Haas driver. As there is Özkan in the mix as well. Might he try and make it 3 wide? I don't think he will though. As there goes Albom, switches to the inside. Don't think that was the right call, Victor, as Kulisek gets ahead. Özkan's going to get ahead as well. And that is the double whammy for Victor Albom. He's lost down 2 positions, unfortunately for him, but I think he's going to try and get Özkan back here. As we see, speaking of position gains, let's see them. As we got Evgen Klaus up 1 position. Mandic does not have the greatest start. Or the greatest race, should I say. Tost is up 2 positions. Chervezhny is up 2. So nice stuff from him. Singh is up 3. Blackwood up 5. And Kulisek is up 2. So not bad from some of the guys. It's Chervezhny still trying to get past Mohan Patel, but it's not the greatest exit here. Here comes Luca Farina scrambling to try and get past Chervezhny. But Kai blocks him. On the inside goes Luca Farina anyways. As they head into the parabolic, Chervezhny gets the better exit on the outside line. Farina's going to have the DRS though. So there he goes, lining up alongside, just hits the DRS activation point, and he is going to get the DRS, I do think. So he goes around the outside and he gets it done. Yes, he does. Luca Farina up into P10 he goes, but the battle is not over just yet, I don't think. Sky Chervezhny is still going to be chasing down his former F2 championship rival. As Farina heads through Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2, Chervezhny is still in hot pursuit of the Italian in his home race. As there is Chervezhny on the inside line of Farina, but he couldn't quite get past. As Farina rounds the Parabolica. There's Özkan is chasing down Wojtek Kulisek at the moment for P16. So there he goes on the inside line of the Czech driver. Two are going to go side by side, and it is going to be Kulisek who remains ahead for the time being. This is invite Victor Albom to the battle once again. They're in 18th. Hold on. As we have the battle for P11 still going on. Kai Chervezhny is chasing down Luca Farina, but Farina has caught up the gap to Patel, so he might still be in contention for the P9 here, Luca Farina. Now heading into the Della Roggia. It's about 8 tenths between him and Patel at the moment. He's got the DRS on Mohamed Patel, remains behind though. I think he's gonna try the charge into the first corner most likely. He's gonna have the DRS though, as they're gonna head down the start-finish straight then. Let's see if Farina is gonna be close enough to try a move on Patel. It goes on the inside. It's Patel late on the brakes there as they head to turn 1. Now to turn 2. Farina just tries to hang it on there, but cannot get past Patel just yet. This invites Kai Trezhnia into the battle. As into the De La Roggia they will go. Is Farina gonna try it? No. Farina stays behind, so it's gonna have another shot at trying it, I believe, into Ascari most likely. We'll see though what will happen. As Farina gets the DRS now, lines up on the inside line. Is this gonna work for Luca Farina? Patel adjusts his line, takes the wide line to secure his exit there, and does get the better exit, gets ahead of Farina, as Farina trying to cover off Cherezhnia there. But he's actually gonna go on Patel. He's gonna go on Patel around the outside as they head into the Parabolica. And he goes on the outside and he gets it done, Luca Farina. I did not expect that coming. And he's done it. He's up at the P9. And Kai Cherezhnia is going to try to slip into the points here as well, as he's going to try to get his teammate, Mohamed Patel. The two are going to go side by side then. As there goes Patel on the outside. I think Cherezhnia is going to stay behind here. He does. He's going to have hope to get the run he needs into the De La Roggia at least. As Kai Trezhnia chasing down Mohamed Patel through Lesmo 1 they go. And then Lesmo 2 is going to have the DRS on Patel. Patel is not in DRS range anymore. Farina is pulling away, which is a very big surprise. But Cherezhnia here goes on the inside line of his team, and Patel's going to go down 2 positions here if Cherezhnia is able to slip past. But he'll make sure to not get himself out of the points. There's Milka Singh in the background as we see dirt being kicked up there. But Singh is there in the background. Cherezhnia is going to go on the inside line of Mohamed Patel. As there he goes, the 2 racing points wheel to wheel. And I think it is gonna be Cherezhnia who's just gonna be slightly ahead. As Singh is gonna definitely benefit from this now that he has DRS. But there's Cherezhnia now on the inside line, as Patel is later on the brakes. Cherezhnia still tries to hang it on them on the outside line, but can't do it. Patel closes the door on his Polish teammate, and Cherezhnia is left hanging, unfortunately. But now let's allow Milka Singh to catch up to Kai Cherezhnia, so Singh could be in the contention for points here as well. So could Lewis McIntyre in P13 to try and get himself back into the points. As they all head through the Ascari chicane. As there goes Singh on the inside of Cherezhnia. But no luck here from that move, unfortunately, for Milka Singh. But now we're going to see Cherezhnia is going to go down the main straight with the DRS, try and chase down his teammate. And he does not try it into the first corner at least. He is going to stay behind for the time being, as Fernando Tost has caught up to Laban Sosnishka. Look at that. This man is on great pace today. And we'll see if he's able to get past Laban Sosnishka. As they head into the Skarshik, you can see how close Toss is to the back of Sosnishka. Laban is going to be at the... He is going to have to be put under defense now. So he's going to have to get his defending game on here. But you can see how close Tost is to the back of Sosnishka. It's absolutely insane. As there goes Sting around the outside of Guy Cherezhnia. So that is Sting getting past the Polish drivers. There goes Tost on the inside line of Sosnishka. Laban around the outside though. Tost is still going to try to hang it on the outside line though, as Sosnishka gets a better exit. And he is going to be ahead just for the time being. Tost has a look on the inside line, switches to the outside. As the two are going to be side by side. The battle for P7. Sosnishka versus Tost, as Tost goes down the inside of Laban Sosnishka, tries to hang it on, goes into the gravel though, and that is going to allow Laban Sosnishka to remain ahead of Fernando Tost. Nice battle between the two. Tost is going to try to get into Lesbo 2, that's not going to work though, as he goes over the curb, and that's lost him a lot of time to Laban Sosnishka. And he's fallen out of DRS range as well, and look who's knocking there behind. That is Luca Farina in P9. So if he gets involved into this battle, who knows what Farina could do. As there is Cherezhnia wheel to wheel McIntyre now. So Cherezhnia is falling down positions. As there goes McIntyre, has a look on the inside, but Cherezhnia thinks better of it. Defense on the outside as Gamba and Blackwood going at it. It's Blackwood ahead of Franco Gamba. 6 positions gained from Jafari Blackwood, as Milka Singh is chasing down Mohammed Patel now for P10. As he's gonna have the DRS, he's gonna try it on the inside line of Mohammed Patel. No, he doesn't actually. No, that's lost him quite the time though. Scamba's chasing down Blackwood, Singh chasing down Patel for Tost, chasing down Sosnishka. A lot of battles in these final few laps of the race. As there goes Tost on the inside of Laban Sosnishka. Laban's going to have to defend the outside line, takes as much curve as possible as he goes on the outside. And he gets a better line on Fernando Tost. But the battle is still far from over. As there he goes, pulls to the outside of Laban Sosnishka. Sosnishka can have to defend the inside into Parabolica. Tost around the outside, and he gets it done on Laban Sosnishka. Laban still going to try to defend his position though, as the two are going to go wheel to wheel. There's Luca Farina in the background as he's catching up. Now as the two go side by side, it's going to be Sosnishka who is going to get ahead of Fernando Tost as they head into the first corner. Nice stuff there from Laban Sosnishka. Thought Tost would have had it as they exited Parabolica, but no, here I am. As Tost is still going to try to get past him, but he's going to have to worry about Luca Farina there behind, as he is now within DRS range. as they head through Sector 1. You can see how close he is as they head through not Sector 1, Lesmo 1. And now through Lesmo 2, you can see how close he is to the back of the Renault. Really great defending from Labas Nishka here. As they head into Ascari, Toss tries it on the inside, but he's gone over the curb there, and that's gonna compromise him exit, because here comes Luca Farina. Look at the run he's got on Fernando Tost, pulls over to one side as he's gonna go on the outside line of Fernando Tost. Is he gonna make the move stick then as they head into Parabolica? It's got the better exit, wheel to wheel they will go. It's gonna be Farina just gets ahead of him. He's gonna have the DRS as well with Zasnishka ahead. Tosto is gonna have a look to the inside line as they charge down into the first corner. Now can Luca Farina do it on Fernando Tost as they go on the inside line there? Farina round the outside as they head into turn 2 as well. Tost tries to hang on the move. Can Farina make it stick? Yes, he can. Luca Farina take a bow up into P8. Goes the Italian, but it's not over yet. There's Tost on the outside line as Farina's going to really have to put up the defense into Della Roggia as they head through the Della Roggia chicane. Then Tost dips a wheel into the gravel, but it's going to be this man's story from pole in front of the Tifosi. Dennis Graf wins the Italian Grand Prix in front of the home crowd. Italian win for Ferrari finally. That's win number 2 for the world champion, and Ennis Farage comes on P3, Jesper Johansson P2. Milan Evji is going to be P4, Alfred Klaus comes home P5. And it's going to be Thomas Mandic P6. Labas Osnishka, fantastic drive from him, P7. Really great stuff from him. You have Luca Farina, really well done from him as well. Patel just takes the P10, Singh P11, Treasury P12. Just see all the guys coming across the line. Josef Erik Schuto is going to be the last one. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Dennis Graf secures win number 2 in this season. His first win from pole this season. And the first Ferrari victory at Monza. Now this is going to be a delight for the home fans, I do think. But yeah, Dennis Graf wins the Italian Grand Prix from Jesper Johansson in P2 and Ennis Parashki in P3. Miran Evji finishes P4 with the 2 Red Bulls of Alfred Klaus and Thomas Mandic P5 and P6. Lavos Osnishka P7 and Luca Farina P8. Fernando Sos 9th and Patel 10th. Then we have Milka Singh in P11 with Kai Trezhnia in 12th, Lewis McIntyre in P13 with Jafari Blackman in 14th, Franco Gamba in 15th with Wojtek Kulasek in 16th, Samet Özkan P17, Victor Albon P18, and the 2 Williamses of Maximilian Novikov and Josef Erik Schuto round out the grid. And that has been it for the Italian Grand Prix. Thanks so much for watching. My driver of the day goes to Luca Farina. From, I know P11 to P8 doesn't seem like a massive thing, especially considering that there were drivers who didn't make up more positions, but they made a lot of very good overtake today, and I am proud of him, especially to secure points at his home race. Very nice stuff from him. But yeah, that's been it for me. I'll be Miran Evji. We'll catch you when the ACOC returns. Thank you and good.